up, squad? MizzyWorld Entertainment is back to present another episode of MadMizzy Sports in the AM. Back with a Monday episode, man. We got a crazy rundown to get into because y'all know I've been missing in action ever since Turkey Day. You dig what I'm saying? Being around my daughter, being with the family and all that. Got me all caught up, missing episodes and all that. Missed Friday. Wanted to come back before Ohio State. Good thing I didn't. Y'all know where I was rocking with that one, you feel? But I'm gonna get into that later on. Missed Sunday episode Sunday mornings with Mizzy. Wanted to come back and give a breakdown, some predictions on that. Had work early in the AM, but if you tune into the Instagram and the Facebook, then y'all know that what I was predicting and what I was saying and all that. But like I said, we got a lot to get into, so we jumping right into it. You dig what I'm saying? And we started off with the Turkey Day recap, man. And man, I did terrible. You dig what I'm saying? Only team that came through for me on my predictions from Turkey Day was the Packers, and the Packers came out here sweeping the Detroit Lions in their season series 2-0 with a 31-24 win. Jordan Love, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a dominant performance by Micah Parsons. Like I predicted, I just said, like I was saying, they whole offensive line for the Detroit Lions. They best lineman, Panay Sewell, is hurt. He's not 100% right now. And you going up against Micah Parsons. He lining up everywhere, running everywhere, tossing dudes, just doing everything. You feel what I'm saying? And he had an amazing game on Turkey Day, and it panned out exactly how I predicted it, which made me feel good about the rest of Thursday. But I'm gonna save my not my prediction, but my breakdown to the rest of the games and continue on just giving some praises to the Green Bay Packers, who, without Tucker Craft, and without really the explosion that we expected, they had Dontavian Wicks out there with 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs didn't get his touchdown, well, how I predicted it. And they offense was just moving up and down the field. You feel what I'm saying? Great game from Jordan Love. Finally showing, well, not finally showing up, but really showing up in the prime time, not putting the ball in harm's way. Like I said, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, outplaying Jared Goff, but Jared Goff was getting harassed all game. I was actually highly impressed at how well the Detroit Lions fought in that game and how well they played in that game. Jahmyr Gibbs is probably the best back in the league right now. Um, but they need to get their offensive line back together. It seems like besides 2 years ago, they always get an injury bug somewhere in a critical group. Last year, it was on the defensive line with Aiden Hutchinson going down. Allison McNeil was out. DJ Reader was out for quite some time last year. Now this year, it's the offensive line. Man, it's just not. I ain't gonna say not looking good because they still got the playoffs in front of them that they be able to get. But they don't look like they're gonna win that North right now. You get what I'm saying? That's looking like that's a race between Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears, who we gonna get into later on. But yeah, man, great game for the Green Bay Packers. And man, those foam posit cleats, man, those foam posit cleats was absolutely heat, bro. They was heat. You dig what I'm saying? But great game. Probably should have predicted a Christian Watson or Romeo Dobbs touchdown. I ain't gonna sit up here and say I should have predicted Dontavian Wicks touchdown because I think that might have been his only 2 touchdowns on the season. You dig what I'm saying? But Christian Watson definitely been going off, and Romeo Dobbs is kind of their goat, has been kind of their consistent go-to guy. So messed up on that. I ain't gonna say I messed up because Josh Jacobs is a good bet. It's just that now that people know y'all gonna give it to him in the red zone, they're gonna try to get away from him and use that to their advantage. And that's what they've been doing. Not using that inside zone. I like the adjustment that Matt LaFleur made on the third and shorts and fourth and shorts that they went to, not always just going into that inside zone, using that to their advantage, pulling it out, doing some play action. It was a good game plan from the Green Bay Packers. And like I said, I was just actually surprised at how well the Detroit Lions showed up with so many injuries on the front line, lost Amon-Ra St. Brown, no Sam Laporta. I'm like, yeah, this how the hell was they giving the Packers points on this game? How? You feel what I'm saying? So that one went well for me. Not the rest of Thursday, though. Let's get into the statement made by the Dallas Cowboys telling Mizzy, shut the hell up. We are a real football team, and we running up the Eagles. We chasing them boys down, bro. It's going to be a tight one down to finish for the Cowboys and the Eagles, man, because the Cowboys is looking like they coming fully together. They running the ball well with Javonte Williams. You got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. They might be the best wide receiver duo in the game right now. George Pickens is a monster, bro. I don't know what the Pittsburgh Steelers was thinking. I was going back and forth on Thursday with a Steelers fan, and he was just telling me like the fan base wasn't against them. It was just that time for the Steelers to move on. But hey, listen, man, I'm looking at the Steelers this past Sunday. Oh, they could use George Pickens, man. You dig what I'm saying? And he looks like he is elated to have a quarterback like Dak Prescott throwing him the ball and having another receiver on the other side to take away the pressure of being a number one option like CeeDee Lamb on the other side. Then you got Ferguson. Bro, they looking like a real solid team, and that defense is coming together. It's still not where you would expect it to be, but hey, to go out there and shut down Patrick Mahomes in a fully healthy team. I mean, they got Xavier Worthy out there, they got Rasheed Rice out there, they got Hollywood Brown out there who had an amazing catch down the stretch to even make it closer than what it was. But that Cowboys, that Cowboys team made a complete statement to me and the rest of the NFL that this season ain't over for them. You did what I'm saying, and they did not throw in the towel, man. That almost kind of like the Eagles game. It's like this shit not over. You dig what I'm saying? So just want to tip my cap to the Dallas Cowboys on re-emerging as a real NFL team. And they got a soft schedule coming down the stretch, so they got to continue to be a real football team and not revert back to that BS play team that just wants some drama, that just wants some headlines, that just want to be talked about in the A block. You dig what I'm saying? Go out there, win some games, and be talked about for those reasons and not because of the stupid reasons. Some good pickups. Quentin Williams did his thing for the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday, and the other pickup that they had did his thing. And Overshow coming back, Overshown, whatever Overshow I think his name. He's a monster. Number zero, Agent Zero. He's a monster for the Dallas Cowboys. So that's what stood out to me from the second game was just a statement that the Cowboys made, and the Chiefs got to win out, boy, because they ain't winning this. They ain't winning the West, and the way that AFC conference is tightening up. You think about the AFC South right now, it's going to get probably two or three teams in the playoffs. So, yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs, they got a lot of climbing and a lot of winning to do. They got to win out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You dig what I'm saying? And then the last game, man, Baltimore. What the hell, man? What the hell? Welcome back, Joe Burrow. But as soon as Isaiah Likely made that spectacular play, but then fumbled, and it turned into a touchback for the Cincinnati Bengals, I just knew the football guys wasn't on the Baltimore Ravens side. It was about time that the Cincinnati Bengals broke through. I believe that the Ravens was won the past 5 games against the Cincinnati Bengals or some crazy statistic like that. So it wasn't not no shock, especially when you think about 5 turnovers, 2 fumbles from Lamar Jackson, 2 freaky fumbles. The first joint, I thought he was trying to toss it to Derrick Henry on some stupid stuff. I was like, no, he just got hit and the ball popped out. Then the second one, he threw it and he thought it was going to be tuck rule. I said, once the ball go right here, bro, and then it come out, that's not a pass no more. That ball got to be right here when it come out. Once it get right here, that's basically the tuck rule, which they eliminated, and it's a fumble. So those 2 fumbles were just weird fumbles from me from Lamar Jackson. It wasn't like he got hit. Well, the first one he got hit from the blind side, but he seen it coming. You did what I'm saying? He was trying to get up out of there, and you just got to protect the ball. In the first one, you got to hold on to the ball. If you're not going to throw the ball, tuck that joint and take the sack. You did what I'm saying? His interceptions, though, 3 interceptions in the past 5 games, or in the past 3 games, all been tipped. So it's not like he's out there making bad decisions or just inaccurate with the ball. It's just bad luck. You dig what I'm saying? And they going to get that corrected. See them Bengals in 2 weeks and stomp them out. First and foremost, though, you got to take care of business this upcoming Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which they going to be highly motivated to come into Baltimore and put the beat down on the Ravens. And we know Lamar Jackson has his struggles with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe he got it out of the system last year. Maybe he didn't. We'll see this Sunday. But yeah, man, good to see Joe Burrow back out there looking good. Got a whole plate in his cleat and all that. And I love the reason he said he came back. We get paid to play a child's game, and he loves to play the game, man. And that's as simple as it gets. You dig what I'm saying? So good to see Joe Burrow back. Good to see all these dudes back because I do still believe that Lamar Jackson is going to make a Super Bowl run this year, and I don't want any excuses from anybody because they love to hate Lamar Jackson coming out now. Is it time to admit this, that, and the third? Let's not forget, he still has the least amount of turnovers for any quarterback in his first 100 starts. That's 100 starts in the NFL. No matter what you want to say, that's 100 starts in the NFL. He has the least amount of interceptions in that time, with the most rushing yards for a quarterback in NFL history already. What are we talking about, bro? And I was, like I said, when I came back Friday, because I don't like to duck no smoke. When I came back Friday, I still felt like Lamar Jackson got right a little bit. He was scrambling, he was finding the deep routes. Now Rashard Bateman didn't go off like I thought, and he didn't open it up for Zay Flowers like I thought he was. But Lamar Jackson pulling the ball, running the ball, looking explosive when he was running the ball. Oh yeah, best believe when he come to Pittsburgh, I'm highly confident it's going to be the two-time MVP that shows up when Pittsburgh comes to town against the Baltimore Ravens this Sunday. Let's move on though. We got the Black Friday in Philly, man. It was a dark Friday in Philadelphia, man. Losing 24-15 to the Chicago Bears, who are the number one seed in in the NFC right now. Congratulations, man. Ben Johnson right now going for Coach of the Year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. You might want to say Sean Payton. You might want to say Mike Vrabel. But for me right now, I'm going to say Ben Johnson, man, because you look at how Caleb Williams was last year, how that offense was last year, and what they're doing this year. There's no way you can not say that Ben Johnson came in, put his fingerprint on this team, and turned this team around into a winning franchise and getting the most out of Caleb Williams. Like this is the second year, and he's showing why everybody was saying he's the consensus number one overall pick coming out 2 years ago. So I'm highly impressed by Caleb Williams. I'm highly impressed by Ben Johnson. That run game, man, Monungai, and then they got DeAndre Swift going, who's from Philadelphia. They got a bunch of the Philadelphia players going. DJ Moore from Philadelphia went to school right around the corner from me. MOTEP University was an absolute monster. Well, not MOTEP University, but MOTEP Academy, and was an absolute monster there. So to see him coming to Philly, do his thing. DeAndre Swift went to St. Joe's Prep, and he did his thing. It was highly impressive what the Chicago Bears did to the Philadelphia Eagles. But my advice to the Philadelphia Eagles is get away from this cute football stuff, man. Why are y'all so concerned with getting AJ Brown off, bro? It's cold as shit outside, bro. Y'all worried about AJ Brown getting his catches instead of giving 26 carries, 13 carries for Saquon. What are we talking about, bro? Hold on. 13 carries, 56 yards for 26 for Saquon. That ain't cutting it. That's not how y'all won the Super Bowl. That's not how y'all got to the Super Bowl, bro. Get back to smash mouth tough football, bro. Y'all out there wanting to be cute and pretty and worried about getting AJ Brown the ball and Devontae Smith the ball. Y'all not even throwing the ball to the tight end Dallas Goedert like he's not an elite tight end. I just don't get it, bro. If you want to sit and pout on the sideline, let him sit and pout on the sideline. But y'all force feeding AJ Brown has hindered the offense in the past 2 games. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no way to slice it. There's no other way to slice it. Y'all have to get 26 rolling. Y'all got to force feed Buddy how Kyle Shanahan force feed CMC, bro. He don't care how many yards he getting per carry. He getting 20 touches a game, bro. 20, 25 touches a game. And that's what y'all got to do with Saquon because he's that talented, bro. Y'all got to treat him like he Bijan. Y'all got to treat him like he Jameer Gibbs. Y'all got to treat him like he Christian McCaffrey because he is that good. And that's how y'all got to the Super Bowl last year. That's how y'all won the Super Bowl last year. Because what did Kansas City say when they came into the Super Bowl? We ain't gonna let 26 go off. We gonna get y'all man to man with Devontae, get y'all man to man with AJ Brown, get y'all man to man with Jahad Dobbs, and all them weapons y'all got out there, and we gonna sell out to stop Saquon. That's what y'all got to get back to is forcing teams to open up that offense, to open up the passing game, not try to use the passing game to open up the run game. That's not how y'all ever did it. That's not how y'all ever did it with Jalen Hurts at quarterback or in the history, if you ask me. You get what I'm saying? Even with Andy Reid, he likes to establish the run or with quick passes to Brian Westbrook. Y'all got to get back to that. Y'all got to get back to that and force feed 26, bro. How y'all trying to force the ball to A.J. Brown and make him happy? Maybe Saquon got to come out there and start pouting and talking trash or something like that. But y'all know how y'all got to the Super Bowl last year. And the formula is simple. Get 26 the ball, get 26 rolling. You get what I'm saying? Because eventually he's going to break through. He's going to bust out and he's going to get in that secondary and say deuces. You dig what I'm saying? So get back to smash mouth football, Philadelphia. Now let's get over to Saturday. where, man, I ain't gonna duck the smoke, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Michigan Mizzy, we coming in. And they opened up a can on us, man. Congrats to Ohio State and the Buckeyes, man. They came in, they beat the brakes off my Michigan Wolverines, man, especially in the second half. 0 points in the second half. What was that? I believe 20, 27 unscored points. Well, no, 17 unanswered points by the Ohio State Buckeyes. It was it was sad to see, but they finally broke through. They went out there, they hit the portal hard, and they finally broke through with a Cleveland Browns size payroll. You dig what I'm saying? And the thing with me is, I still ain't too fearful because we know how we win, and they know how they win. They win by being cuter, by being more finesse. Saying Julian saying was out there sitting back there just scanning the field with Tate running free, with Jeremiah Smith running free, and all them dudes running free as can be. You dig what I'm saying? But we win by smash mouth and punching them in the mouth. And we gonna get back to that. Don't worry. Julian saying ain't gonna be out there just sitting back there picking apart our defense next year. I promise you that. I promise we'll find a way to get some pressure on Julian saying next year, and they can't stop our run. It's plain and simple. Since the beginning of time, we still had 100 yards in the first half on the ground. And best believe Bryce Underwood will be throwing the ball around next year, and he will grow substantially. We lost all of our big games this year in the same fashion. In the same fashion, our offense just wasn't creative enough. It wasn't open enough. You get what I'm saying? Okay, we want to run the ball. We want to establish the run. We know that. But we got to get the perimeter players going. We got to get Andrew Marsh the ball. We got to get McCullum the ball. We got to get the tight end Klein the ball. We got to get these outside perimeter players the rock in conjunction with getting the run game going. You dig what I'm saying? And we will do that next year. And I ain't backing down. We ain't scared. Y'all broke the streak. Y'all finally broke through. But I don't think Jeremiah Smith going undefeated in his final two. He's not going to win next year. He's going to lose. He's going to leave Ohio State with a losing record to Michigan. That's my prediction. Good win, but they won how they typically win. They outcuted us. They was cute, cute little mascot out there, cute little pass game. It was cute in the snow. It was cute. We gonna dirty it up again next year. Best believe that. Punch right in the mouth. Best believe that. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't ducking nothing. Congratulations. But yeah, y'all win how y'all typically win by out finessing us. Y'all can't muscle up and get busy with us. Y'all can't get busy in the old trenches in the original football way, boy. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all get by Michigan by being out finessed, by playing on the perimeter. That's how y'all do it. You dig? We do it by coming straight at y'all, right through your face mask, right through your chest. And we'll do it next year. Best believe that. Best believe that. Let's get over to some Sunday, yo. You dig what I'm saying? We had a crazy slate of games, man. Some huge upsets yesterday, man, that we gonna get into. But you know where we got started off at, where everybody want to hear what's going on with Little Prime, with Shador. You dig what I'm saying? Shador versus my Niners, and it started off pretty good. You dig what I'm saying? What they went in down two at the half, 10-8, had a good completion percentage and had about 129 passing yards in the first half, but it didn't end too well. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear no excuses on this, that, and the third. The one thing about Shador that keeps standing out to me, and it stood out since college, and I'm pretty sure it stood out to the scouts when they were dissecting his highlight tape or his tape in general, not his highlight tape, because scouts don't watch just highlights. They watch full games and a full tape. Is that he takes some bad sacks, and you have to get that out of your system, Shador. No matter what you want to say about the completions and this, that, and the third, 3 sacks for 34 yards, which is averaging more than 10 yards per sack. It's just unacceptable in the NFL. You can't take a sack and you start second and 20. You get what I'm saying? Those sacks got to be, all right, we start in second and 15. You feel what I'm saying? Second and 13, you got to step up, make those sacks a little bit less hurtful. A 10-yard sack is a series ender, bro. Period. I remember the one drive, they in field goal position, and he had a 13-yard sack on third down. Took him right out of field goal range. You get what I'm saying? So he's showing signs, he's showing progression, but that is the number one thing that he has to work on is stepping up in the pocket and not drifting back or doing that stupid little pirouette that he do like Tony Romo used to do. You feel what I'm saying? Step up and minimize the damage if you see the pressure coming. It's really that simple. That's why a lot of quarterbacks are on the field. Is either you're not turning the ball over and you're not taking bad sacks. It's not truly about. They always say in football, you beat yourself more than you lose the game. You get what I'm saying? You beat yourself more than the other team wins the game. So you can't go out there and put your team in a position where they're able to beat themselves. And I don't know why they kept force feeding number 84 and he had four fumbles on the day. Oh no, three fumbles on the day, lost one of them. You dig what I'm saying? So the the Browns, they don't have no weapons. Quinshon Junkins is by far their best offensive player. He had a pretty good game. And I'm looking at Brock Purdy. He didn't really do too much. 16 for 29, 168 yards. I mean, you look at Shador, he ended the game with 149 passing yards. So you think Brock only had 19 more passing yards, but he didn't have the bad sacks. I think he only had one sack for 8 yards, something like that. And that's with Myles Garrett out there. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to get the ball out your hands and you got to minimize the damage when the players do come through, when the sacks are coming. You dig what I'm saying? Shador is showing signs, and y'all making a bunch of excuses like Kevin Stefanski didn't basically say he's about to be the starter here on out. That's 5 games. You dig what I'm saying? You got a ball against the Titans because it's a bunch of games left. You got the Bengals still left with Joe Burrow. They got a few tough teams still left on that schedule. But next week against the bum Titans and that bum defense, bro, put out some good tape. Put out some great tape. You dig what I'm saying? I thought he was going to struggle. He did struggle. No excuses. Get better next week. Learn and get better. You dig what I'm saying? Let's get over to another first overall pick. I was saying about Caleb Williams finally turning the tide in the second year. It's looking like Bryce Young in what, his third season? Yeah, his third season 3 years ago. He was the number one overall pick. They was calling him the Steph Curry of football coming out from Bama. And he's finally kind of showing and proving it. You dig what I'm saying? Like the plays he was making, the passes he was making yesterday, the way he was seeing the field was amazing. You go out there, you go 15 for 20, 206 yards, damn near averaging 10 yards of completion, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, going up against a Super Bowl MVP, NFL favorite MVP right now in Matt Stafford, and you outperform because Matt Stafford had 2 interceptions yesterday. That is great for Bryce Young and him moving forward. That was just an amazing performance from Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers to go out there and beat a really probably the best team, or who a lot of pundits say is the best team, overall team in the NFC. You could say is the early start for the Los Angeles Rams or this, that, and the third. But I'm gonna say this: this is just a Panthers team that I thought would consistently be here in this season. I just thought they would be a good team with Chuba Hubbard. I didn't think Rico Dowd would have the season that he was having, but I thought they would step up with T Mac and then Xavier Legette on the other side and Bryce Young having the ending to last year that he had and carrying it over to this year, which he is doing. So, way to bounce back from a 2 interception game last Monday against my San Francisco 49ers to go out there, have a clean game, 3 touchdowns, and get a much needed win, 31-28, to keep pace with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that NFC South, because we know it ain't two teams coming out there. Well, I mean, it's a little close in the NFC, so you might, but I'm gonna say you got to win that division to get into the playoffs in the NFC. So Panthers keeping pace with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers bodes well for them winning that NFC South division. Shout out to Bryce Young turning it around, man. That's what I love to see is dudes not giving up or not giving in to the failures, the early failures. Let those scars build up and let the calluses build up to become better as you grow. And Bryce Young is by far way better than what he was just to start off last year when they benched him for Andy Dalton. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Bryce Young, man, and the Carolina Panthers. Great win. Let's get over to another team, though, man. Houston Texans is on the hunt. They is hunting down that AFC South after starting off what 2-5 in the season, when they last what 5, 6 games with Davis Mills and now CJ Stroud coming back. Did you see the blocking by the Houston Texans yesterday? They just ran dudes with Woody Marks, man. Woody Marks has been a great pickup for the Houston Texans. You still got Nick Chubb out there doing his thing, still being a power back. But I mean, listen, he had one of the most horrific injuries I've ever seen in football, man, when he got hit in his knee and had a defensive tackle on his back, man. So just to see him back out on the field is good. But man, Mr. Anderson from the Matrix, he looked like he in the Matrix, Will Anderson, bro. This man is unblockable, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Outside of Myles Garrett, this dude is quite possibly the best edge rusher in the NFL right now. And then you got uh Daniil Hunter on the other side of him. You got two pass rushers that's just unstoppable, unblockable, and dominating the league right now. That defense to hold the Indianapolis Colts to 16 points. And listen, man, like I said a few weeks ago, Jonathan Taylor was the MVP. He's out that race right now. You dig what I'm saying? With everybody stacking the box and making sure that Jonathan Taylor doesn't get off, knowing that they want to put the entire game on Daniel Jones' shoulders, hasn't boded well for the Indianapolis Colts lately, losing two in a row. Last week they shouldn't have lost. This week they was right there. It was there for the taking. But you're going up against the number one scoring defense in the NFL right now in the Houston Texans, and them dudes is hungry. They hunting down that South. Right now, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars as the number one seed in the South. Then you got the Indianapolis Colts as the number two seed, and right behind them, one game behind in the loss column is the Houston Texans. And I think the Houston Texans probably going to end up winning the AFC South, man. That defense is nasty, man. Derek Stingley, oh my goodness, man. That dude is a shutdown corner. And please don't run to his side because he will light you up, bro. That defense is nasty, man. And I'm highly impressed at what they doing and how they turned around their season, man. Let's get over to the Sunday night football recap, man. What a hell of a game. Shout out to Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders for just going out there, giving us a great game to watch, highly competitive, losing the game on a 2 point conversion in overtime, ball getting knocked down at the line on that 2 point conversion, man. Great game. Uh, but the Broncos, man, we got to tip our cap to the Broncos. They just keep finding a way to win. They were good last year, but this year is just finally all coming together for Bo Nix and the Broncos, man. My question though for the fans is, who's the best second year quarterback? Because you think about Drake May, he gonna be playing tonight. They going for 10 in a row against the New York Giants. The Broncos, what they won 8 in a row. The Bears, how many did they win with Caleb Williams? Man, the second year quarterback, and this got to bode well for JJ McCarthy because he just missed all of last year. You feel what I'm saying? He came in this year probably too eager to prove that they made the right decision by getting rid of Sam Darnold and trusting JJ. He got to go out this offseason and just get back to focusing on playing good ball. Forget turning into nine on the field or being JJ. Be an even kill quarterback and get the ball out of your hands. You dig what I'm saying? But these second year quarterbacks, even if JJ don't turn it around, this is looking like one of the best quarterback drafts in recent history if these quarterbacks stay on this trajectory because Drake May, he's in the MVP conversation. Bo Nix balling right now. And Caleb Williams, he looking like the best thing, if you ask me, because he's not turning the ball over and he's eliminating these crazy sacks that I was talking about. Like, he's that dude that he's like Houdini back there, bro. You swear you got Caleb Williams. Damn. My bad, y'all. But you swear you got Caleb. Then he exiting out the back end, and he fast as shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, to me, I think Caleb Williams right now might be the best second-year quarterback, but Drake May is the most successful right now, and he got that offense revving out there with really no weapons. Like, nobody wanted Stephon Diggs, who's Bootsy. Nobody wanted Max Hollins. Hunter Henry, he's a great tight end, but other than that, I mean, Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, these are dudes that was out there to be taken and nobody wanted them. You did what I'm saying? So what Drake May is doing out there in New England definitely has to be given a lot of flowers to. But I'm gonna say right now, Caleb Williams, what he's doing, man, is amazing. His arm is ridiculous and his escapability is amazing. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, Caleb Williams looked like he deserved to be the number one overall pick. So I'm gonna say he's the best of the second year quarterbacks right now. But let me know who y'all think is the best out of these second year quarterbacks because they're at the top of the NFL right now. Bears number one in the NFC. You got the Broncos number one in the AFC, and then you got the Patriots. If they win tonight, they gonna jump to number one in the AFC. But right now, they number two in the AFC. So top three teams in the NFL right now are all led by second year quarterbacks. Man, tip my cap to them, man. That's amazing. That's beautiful. The NFL is in great hands. In great hands. You dig what I'm saying? But let's get over to Monday Night Football, where we got the New York Giants at the New England Patriots. Uh, Patriots got a 7.5 point spread right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was going back and forth, especially with Jackson Dart coming back for the New York Giants. I'm like, then it's been upset week all week. But I like to have a formula of who I'm picking right now. Who's the Giants head coach? I don't even know. I like Mike Vrabel as the head coach. I like Josh McDaniels as the play caller for Drake May and the New England Patriots. I think they're going to win tonight. I think they're going to cover the spread. I think it's going to be a few turnovers to the Jackson Dart. He's been out for the past, what, 2, 3 games, and he coming back in the cold weather up there in New England. That frost, the December weather is December 1st. Yeah, man. Give me the Patriots to cover the spread and give me Travion Henderson over on the rush yards. I think they got him at 65.5. Right now, the New York Giants have the worst rush defense in the NFL at 32nd, giving up, I think, 186 yards per game. So I'm going to go with Travion Henderson on the over on the rush yards, and I'm going to go with the Patriots to cover that spread tonight against the New York Giants. I just don't see how the Giants going. They gonna make some plays. It's probably gonna be close early, but with the New England Patriots knowing that they got to keep pace with the Denver Broncos, knowing that they want that home field advantage over the Denver Broncos, I think they'll come out there and they're gonna have a great game plan to smack the Giants in the mouth. Give me the New England Patriots, and like I said, Travion Henderson over on the rush yards. That's MadMizzy Sports in the AM Monday episode. Have a great Monday, happy Monday, and have a great week. I'll be back Thursday for MadMizzy Sports in the AM for my Thursday episode. Y'all know what it is. Like, comment, share, subscribe, alert, and I'll be back Thursday. Squad. I don't be knowing what to do with my hands at the end. My bad, y'all.